I'm playing Aoife Brannan, the Hexblood Blood Hunter Paladin. Very mouthy.
Hello, I'm Robyn, and I'm going to be playing Qythris, the Hexblood Zealot Barbarian.
I'm Elliot, and I'll be playing Qythris, the Eladrin Paladin.
And I'm Lukas playing Calver, the Air Genasi Order of Scribes Wizard. No, wait! Should have updated that. I'll be playing Calver, the rogue. How would I word this? Okay. I'm Calver, playing the Soul Knife Rogue Echo Knight Fighter. I'm a wizard at heart. He's still going to be a nerd.
I love how the two wizards at the start of the campaign have transitioned out of being. Now we have 0.
Yeah.
I don't know what if that says anything about wizards.
Wizards are still good. D6s. D6s.
D6s suck.
Yeah.
We'd also be thanking you guys for joining us in tonight, and if it's your first time you joined us.
We also upload our episodes on YouTube.
We should really just use it to half-past.
And we also upload our episodes on YouTube. They are uploaded shortly after the weekly episode, and you can find us at youtube.com/powerwordquest.
And if you prefer podcasts, you can find us on your favorite podcasting platforms, Spotify and Google Play. Oh yeah.
That fairy.
Yeah.
Is it really speedrunning becoming an orphan if it takes over 200 years to do it?
Well, it was really quick
If it happens in a span of 12 seconds.
To be fair,
yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot though, but we'll not get into that because it's a bit morbid for a stream. Yeah, like a lot of people might speedrun being orphans. Orphan run, any percent.
You should be able to hear me now. Love that. Love this. Love technology and shit not picking me up. It's been a minute. Can you hear me now?
Is it frosty?
Yeah. Good old Frostbit, always saving my ass when my shit's not working. Yes, no, maybe so.
Oh, a lyricist today.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, yeah, Calva Speedrun being an orphan, arena, battle royale. Aoife tried to unionize the fighters. It didn't really work except for one random gladiator decided, you know what? I don't want to die today. So, yeah, we've got the party standing over the corpses of Calvis's parents, and there's also random guardian number 7 here. He's here, he's chilling. And with that, what is everyone doing?
Could I cast Identify on the amulet?
Yes.
the charge of the ring.
Yeah.
Murky bucket.
Make a Arcana check for me.
Oh. Would I any like advantage or is that?
No, just roll it flat for me right
Fair.
now.
Will do. Ew. 6.
So yeah. Calvaire took some brain damage last time as well. With a 6, I'll say all you're really able to get off the amulet is just kind of, you know, I would say you'd actually be able to feel kind of the repulsory effects of the amulet. They're not really they're, you know, you could tell they're kind of focused in on something specifically, but they still do kind of impact you with your new shiz going on. Yes, Elliot. You have your hand raised.
Once Qythris sees Calvaire doing that, he'll stand up because he was sitting on the ground, I believe. And he walks over to Calvaire and just puts his hand out.
1 second, not quite done looking at it. I won't try again.
Calvaire, as Calvis approaches you, you have the necklace you were given on, right? Like you'd have that, the one from Qythris. Okay, you do hear a voice in your head that's just like, no, Calvis doesn't need to have that. You can just give it right to me.
Calvaire, may I?
Ooh. Ooh.
We're just back. Once I just want to look at it a bit longer. I think I've almost got the enchantment. Plus, I think Qythris wants it, doesn't she? We can just give it right to her right now.
Calvaire, can you give it to me?
I've almost got. Just let me look.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't need it.
What does it do anyway? I'm truly trying to figure this out.
Calvaire, may I please?
Well, you're not.
The amulet.
No offense. I think I'd have a better time understanding it, don't you?
Calvaire, I'm not gonna ask again.
Well, you just don't need to be rude. I'm just wanting to have a look at it. And
But you do understand, right?
well, no, you know I haven't got a good job understanding. What do you mean?
You know, well, we are aware what it does.
I need you to break it for me. I will see you're rewarded. Don't worry about Calvis.
With my conversation with Qythris, she had the idea to not only take back the Winter Court. I hope to avoid any more war in the Feywild.
War is cyclical. It happens all the time, no matter what. And isn't the whole thing with the Feywild, isn't it like changing all the time? Isn't that the point? So war's going to happen regardless. Don't you want Qythris to be able to fight back?
And in this moment, Calvis is really fucking confused after all we just went through. And he will look behind him, I don't know what our order is, and he will look at both Eva and May to check a bit if they're feeling the same vibe. He'll just give both of you a look. Of like, y'all are seeing this, right? y'all are catching this vibe. And then he will turn back to Calvaire. Say, Calvaire, I think it is wise if you give it to me right now. I am probably the person closest to Qythris, so I think it would be only fair.
Lucas, you're seeing my messages, right? I just want to make
Yeah, I'm
sure.
seeing your
Okay,
messages.
cool.
Right. So, I just need you to trust me.
I don't.
You've brought me back before, and I owe my life to you. I just need you to trust me.
I assume you're not talking to me.
No, I'm talking to you. You saved my life. You got Qythris to come and help me. So, trust me.
What? No, you're not.
But what? What do you want to do?
Oh, you are.
Trust you with
Whoops.
what? Why won't you give it to me?
Why do you want it? What, like, can't we just wait for Qythris?
No, because of what I just explained to you.
Well, you said the war's going. You want the war to stop, but war doesn't just stop because.
No, this is a matter of safety. If she does try to start the war with the Summer Court,
The war's already started.
Calvaire, this is not your war.
Okay, but the Ingwanites
mine.
are here. The Ingwanites are here.
Yes, I get that, Calvaire. Can you please give me
With
the amulet?
Qythris, she could
May's gonna
help
come
the
over.
people.
May's gonna come over. She's gonna put one hand on your shoulder, Calvis. She's just gonna lean into your ear. We need her. I need her. I'm not going to get mine's back without her.
She can get here. It is fine. I just want my hands on the amulet.
The request is repeating itself in your head, Calvaire, more and more demanding.
I'm
Right,
gonna
let me try this one thing, right? And then I'll hand you the
Calvaire,
amulet.
don't you fucking dare
No,
take that amulet.
I wasn't going to break it. I was going to. Just trust me. And I'm going to attempt to fulfill the request.
Calvis, if you'd like to attempt to take it from him, I'll allow it.
Honestly, yeah, I do think he would, because
Okay.
he thinks this is completely unfair.
How do I want to resolve this? Give me 1 second. Let's do... we'll just do it as a grapple. So Calvis's athletics versus Calver's athletics or acrobatics. Yeah, straight rolls from both of you.
Can I offer disadvantage and hold Calvis back?
Ooh.
Because I am right up next to him.
You also said you put a hand on him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. So with disadvantage?
Yes. Yeah, I'll allow that.
I rolled a 21.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. So Calvis.
As I dodge back away from the grapple, I'm just going to turn and say, you don't get to just make a group decision without consulting everyone. May needs this. I need this. Just because you want to get hold of it, it's not your decision just to make.
I understand that. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking you to give it to me so
No,
I
you're
can do
being
it.
a brute. You're
So
being
I have
forceful. You just
hope.
tried to grab me, and I'm just going to smack it against the wall.
Make a strength check for me.
Strength. Okay.
Yeah, strength.
Okay.
Just straight strength.
Can I attempt to make it look like an accident while I was gesticulating? Like you just tried to
No,
grab me.
you can't convince me. You can't
Yeah,
convince
I'm gonna
Calvin.
say no.
Whatever
but
you try to do,
Okay.
he's already fucking angry with you.
4.
4. Okay, so you smack it against the wall, and there's kind of like this spark of power that emerges from it. It seems to be intact still, but the the feeling you got off of it before, Calvaire, has diminished slightly. And
Okay.
before we continue, I'll let Chloe do what she wants to do.
What level are we again?
7.
7.
7. Cool. I just wanted to make sure I was correct.
So as Calvaire is kind of doing that, where he's kind of, it seems like he's trying to make it kind of look like an accident, you know, when people talk with their hands. But to like anyone with eyes, you know, it's very clear. However, Aoife is pretty beat up, and in my head, she sees shiny. She sees a shiny thing, and it's moving, and she's very.
She's gonna eat
confused.
it.
What would I need to roll?
Well, to try to take it from Calvaire.
Yeah.
Try to eat
But
it.
like you know the way that like when you're playing with like a cat toy and a cat like goes to grab it kind of with their mouth, because Eva's still in wolf form.
I think we'll do that again as a contested grapple. However, I think since you're going for it right as Calvaire has just like dodged out of this, I will give. I don't want to do advantage disadvantage, but I'll give you an extra +3 onto your roll, Eva.
What do I need?
So you roll athletics, and then Calvaire, it's gonna be, or sorry, Calvaire, it's gonna be. I'm doing it again already. Classic. It's going to be acrobatics or athletics, whichever you want to roll.
Okay. Uh, 24.
Christ.
So this is.
I also
before-
still have.
This is
Cybers.
before the +3.
Mhm.
So it's 25 plus 3, which is 28.
Okay.
Wait a second. I've got a thing. I can use my side bolstered knack when I fail an ability check to roll a thing.
You get like a D6.
If
or
you fail an
D8.
ability check using a skill with which you have proficiency, which I do, I can roll a psionic die and add the number, and if it succeeds, it expends the dice. So I get to roll an extra d6. What did I say before?
You had a 23 before?
Cool, so that's 25, so I'd still fail.
Yeah.
And I don't get, doesn't expend side dice though, so.
Okay. I'm gonna say, yeah, Aoife, you managed to get your little jaws around it, just barely enough to pull it out of Calvaire's grip. I'd say it's probably also one of those things where it's like more so the like, oh god, like wolf jaws coming for your hand is what makes you let go of it, than like it's forcefully ripped out of your grip.
Does
Yes.
the jaws biting into it damage it at all?
Because she was going for the chain.
Okay. I don't think it gets further damaged. However, I think in like this all happens, really quick. Calvis tries to go for it. May kind of holds him back. Calvaire dodges back, kind of smacks it against the rock. There's this kind of burst of energy you all feel. Aoife snags it out. And in this cacophony, there is just a flurry of snow that appears. And kind of in between y'all, right here, I don't have a token for her, but Qythris appears. And she looks not as haggard as the first time you saw her, but not quite as majestic as the last time you saw her. You all, I would say at a glance, can quickly tell that it is taking a lot out of her just to physically manifest here in the amulet's presence.
Oh, great, now you're here. Can you just break this?
Hey, babes, how you doing, honey?
And she's just gonna kind of like she'll just kind of
Baby
kind
girl.
of lean down a little bit, you know, hands on her thighs, down, and look down at Aoife, and just be, Aoife, dear, please, may I have the amulet that I sent you all after, and I will return the rewards that were promised. There's no reason to make this difficult. Calvis, I understand you want to have a chat. We can have that discussion. You're very important to me, and I wouldn't want to lose your confidence. But you must understand that one way or another, I must take back what is mine.
Qythris, you know I would love to have a conversation with you. What I'm just not fond of is that I'm not given the necklace. It's not you, it's... was my dad. This feels like my history. Feels like it's being stolen from me.
I understand that. I see where you're coming from. Does it need to be working when you have it? Because if it's just purely sentimental, I'm happy to disable it and let you keep it.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It's broken now anyway, isn't it?
It has been temporarily rendered less effective. It is also the key to my sealed away power. Which, as much as I'm fond of you, Calvis, I will not let anything come between me and that when it is so close in my grasp.
Qythris, you know how much I want you to be queen of the Winter Court again, and how I want the Winter Court to be what it once was. Hold on, 5 seconds. Aoife, could you perhaps hand me the amulet?
If you don't. Please. I don't think it's the right thing. I don't. Please, Aoife.
Please explain to me why I cannot simply hold it.
Because you're grieving right now. And honestly, you tried to grab me. I didn't think you'd ever do that, and you did. So honestly, I don't trust you right now. I don't trust you holding that thing.
Calvert, let me speak! You broke it. Just now, without even consulting me or any one of us.
Slightly chipped.
But it was
We
intentional.
came here to break it.
Calvert. So much shit happened. This is fucking war.
Aoife, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. Like to add that this entire time, because I didn't want to interrupt the RP because it's been really good, but Aoife has just kind of been looking at Calvis like, you can have it.
Oh no, but then please, Calvis would have taken it.
She's been like,
Yeah, I need you to make that dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
Go for it, girl. Get it.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that is... I got a nat 1, which means I've got 8.
You go to try and give it to Qythris, and with the hand that's touch burns into you like the touch of dry ice does, you're grabbed by the scruff of your neck as Qythris grows in size a bit and lifts you. Qythris?
Calvert a glance.
Qythris just kind of looming over all of you, looks down at Qythris and says, Qythris, I will give you your talk. We will come to some sort of agreement. But only if you stop insisting on having this bargaining chip over me. If you insist on trying to have some sort of power over me, you will regret it.
You want to talk, right?
I want to avoid smiting a tool that has been very useful to me.
Is Aoife just a tool to you?
We're not talking about your fluffy friend, Qythris. Make your choice. The amulet or my grace?
I only want one thing. I want you to make a promise. I want you to only and only take back the winter court. Leave the summer court for what it once was.
And why should they not be punished for their crimes?
War. And I am fucking done with war.
The Fae is war. Eternal against the battle of summer and winter, the ebb and flow. And this balance was upset, and it will be righted. Tens of thousands of your kinsmen were slain. That must be rectified.
That's the problem with you immortals. You get bored, so you start wars.
I did
what makes
not
you no better
start
than us.
this, but I will finish it. It seems to me you've made your decision.
Put down Aoife. Right
So-
now.
Just to interject here, Qythris, you're an elf. Close enough to being immortal as there is. I don't think you get to have a high horse here. And also...
Sorry, this is an English thingy. I said mortal. I meant immortal. It was just bad from my side.
Yeah, no, I said immortal too. You're as close to being immortal as... a god.
Oh, sorry. I also only heard mortal now. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Back in character.
I don't think you get to have a high horse here. Plus, war doesn't just end because you get to have a little trinket that has the power of a god. That actually might corrupt you and make you want to do bad things. Like maybe that's what happened with your dad. And if you want to grieve about that, that's fine. But you can't just change up the plan that we had, put Aoife in danger by doing this little thing. Like, you can't just do that. We have to come here.
Calvert.
Are you going to ask me a question or are you going to interrupt me? Because we seem to need to make a
Enough
decision.
of this bickering. Qythris, remember your oath. You swore vengeance. You swore to me Do not forget what you are, where your power comes from.
I've sworn 2 things when we met. I swore that I would help return the Winter Court to what it once was, and to take revenge on my father. Guess I've fulfilled that now. Now drop Eva.
Then, if you feel your oath has been fulfilled, I'm afraid I have no further use for any of you. And you shall not become a thorn in my side. She gently sets Aoife down. I may not have most of my power, but I, while biding my time, have gathered power not tied to the bounds of winter. And she begins to raise her hands that glow with the same iridescent energy of Mithrite. And it is with this power that I cast you out. And a whirlwind of snow and ice begins to surround all of you. And I need you all to make a group Constitution saving throw.
$22.
3.
17.
Robyn, you're mute.
16. Hey.
The whirlwind intensifies around you and grows into a storm. Qythris dissipates into the energy of the storm, and soon all you can see around you is each other. The walls of the arena, the stone, fade from your view, and you feel the ground warp beneath you. And as it all settles, the storm dissipating around you, you find yourselves no longer where you once were. And instead, you appear to be in a forest like that of the material plane. Unfamiliar to most of you, though there's something about this place that seems familiar, that you can't quite place it.
Give me a second. With my Outlander feature, I have an excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and 5 other people each day provided that land offers very small grain, water, and so forth.
So
with my lovely background feature, do I know where I am?
You're able to narrow it down. And if we go to the world map, so you would have grown up and lived kind of in the woods near what is now Reichendel. As we've discussed previously, Reichendel wasn't nearly like the big city it was back then. This feels like that area, but it's... And again, even with your background feat, there's something you can't quite place. It's not like it was when you last were here. Yes, Aoife.
Aoife have the necklace in her teeth.
You do, actually, yeah.
I think being a bit stunned after the wee storm that they kind of all experienced. I think Aoife does one of those things where it's like a wee dizzy turn around, where she's trying to like orient herself, but she gives Calvus the necklace.
Calvus squats down to get a bit more on her height and just gently takes it and says, "Thank you. How are you doing?"
Oh my god, not the mic doing this again.
Don't worry.
You're coming through
I can
fine.
hear you.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool, because it wasn't picking up for a few seconds and I was like, oh no. But yeah. Aoife just kind of like, you know, she's very clearly a bit dazed. And she's just like, Calvus, when did you get a twin? Like, why is there two of you?
Don't worry. Luckily, there's only one of me. And he
Yay.
ruffles your hair a little bit.
Oh.
Aoife, you can still kind of feel lingering on the back of your neck, the spot where Qythris grabbed you.
You're tall. Is there like see where the Qythris lady grabbed me? Is there like a weird kind of spot there? Because it feels really cold.
Yeah,
like,
you.
burning cold.
What does it look like?
It's like
Calvus
it's like a cold burn. If you've seen what those look
yeah.
like in the shape of a handprint.
Question, just for shits and giggles.
Uh-huh.
To alleviate the tension. So we've established that Qythris has acrylics.
Yes,
There.
yeah. There's like the handprint, and then there's also spots that like the nails have dug into your skin a bit. Not quite enough to like draw blood, but like
Enough to leave indentations, yeah.
yeah.
Alright. Don't worry. You're gonna be alright. And I'm absolutely gonna cut her hand off. So don't worry about it.
I'm so confused. Why was everyone trying? Yeah, that's a good question. We should probably talk about this. Why was everyone trying to get the necklace?
I had the necklace.
Okay,
Calvus
why?
started it.
No, I just asked you to give it to me.
And I said no. Well, I said I wasn't done with it.
Yeah, which is strange, right?
No, because I was studying it.
Yeah.
The enchantment on
and
it
then
was quite
you
thick. I was
broke it.
wondering. Well, if I had a chance to study it, I may have been able to figure out how to
Okay.
replicate it.
Calver, what is going on? I'm gonna be very straightforward with you. The first plan that I had after this, I saw you getting hurt. I thought you died. I was worried for you. I was gonna check if you were alright. What was wrong with you after But
It was
what?
miraculous. The ring, it just saved me. It was strange.
Why are you acting like this right now?
Like what?
Like that? Why?
You just tried to grab me just because I was looking at a thing. And just because I didn't give it to you right away.
As you
that's
all
so
as you
checking.
all are arguing,
Mhm.
sorry to interrupt this lovely conversation, but the forest you are in, I think it's important to note that it's the canopy is a bit too dense for you to like really see up and see the sky. However, there are, you know, shafts of sunlight coming through. That light suddenly grows much darker and obtains a much more red hue to it.
think.
Chloe's got a theory.
Rises once again. Theory. I'm gonna put it in a general.
Alright.
Ah.
She-wolf.
I truly don't. It's probably because I'm low on health, but I truly don't understand why I'm still this calm with you because I'm angry, furious to my core. I'm gonna leave this be right now because I have the necklace now, but I am fucking pissed.
Why?
Okay, both of you shut the fuck up for 2 seconds. Calvis, you're a lying cunt. You were trying to smash that shit. Calvert, actually, wait, no, swapsies. Calvert, you're a lying cunt. You tried to smash that shit. Calvis, you did the wrong thing and you grabbed him. That was wrong. You don't do that to a friend. Both of you shut the fuck up. Both of you are in the wrong. Can we get the fucking moving on? Because I'm beyond fucking furious. Because now my one chance of getting my fucking shit together is gone. Let's move the fuck on and try to figure out some shit. Can we get moving for 2 seconds without having a fucking argument again? We both fucked up. Everyone fucked up. That was messy as shite. Let's get going. We can talk about this when we are not unknown to where the fuck we are. All agree? I've lost my accent again. I'll find it in a minute.
It's okay.
Let's get going, and Mae's just going to start running off in a direction.
Yeah, the light
start
continues to grow darker as you move, and the color begins to shift through different hues of red, orange, green, blue, and yellow, all
Pride
coming
Month!
down
No.
through the no, Pride Month's over.
Pride Month in game?
All coming down and through different rays of light through the canopy as you make your way through.
By the way, just to make it clear, the grapple check wasn't actually grappling. It was just the other phrase for trying to snatch the.
Yeah,
necklace.
that's just how I that's just how I was choosing to resolve
He
it.
wasn't going for.
Yeah,
Calvert,
yeah.
He was going for the necklace.
I saw. You know.
As you all start moving, I will say that May, you can attempt either a survival or a nature check to try to get your bearings.
Survival, please.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that for me. The rest of you, you've got no fucking clue.
It was in between a 13 and a 5, and it came out with an 11.
So,
Shit.
you're just rattled by this weirdness. It's still like, you know, it's normal. You'd think if you were away from somewhere for a while, there'd be changes and whatnot. But you used to know these woods for like miles and miles, like the back of your hand. And it's just so much more different than it should have been from the last time you traveled through here. And again, you can't.
Different about it. Is it like just for like a sensory feel? Is it like the smells? Is it like the shape of the trees or anything like that, or is it just a vibe?
Make a wisdom check for me.
Just the idea, everyone. What does that happen?
14.
The specific things, it's like you have a sense, you know exactly where you are, but everything's just kind of wrong. Like you think you know what part of the woods you're in, but it's like, no, there should have been a fallen tree here and there's not. There should be like a little stream here and there's not. Like stuff like that. That's like your subconscious thinks you know where you are, but your conscious brain's just like, no, all the details that I would use to like know this is where I am aren't there, or they're different. Aoife, yes.
This is playing right into my theory, okay? So, would May be communicating that, you know, oh, this feels like really familiar, but like things are just off, just a bit like iffy.
May's not talking right now. She's moving, but you can tell like she's confused.
I
She's
do.
like she's walking with determination, but she's just confused as to what the fuck is going on.
I think
Okay.
so. I think one thing you'd be able to tell is that you are in this section of woods somewhere to the south of Reichendale, at least as far as May is concerned, and you are close to the mountains, is what you can gather. But where on that? It's again, you keep thinking you know, and then you're not sure.
Why don't we just use one of Vass's tokens and have a rest? We're in a forest, it'll summon the door. We're fine.
Oh, good idea. I do think we're in Reichendal.
Did
That
it
makes
normally go
sense.
red in the sky when you were in Reichendel?
I was about to ask, does Qythris recognize the behavior of the moon?
No, I mean you
Right.
can't clearly see the sky. If you all wanted to spend some time trying to find a clearing so you could see out, you could, or maybe climbing a tree or something. That's definitely something you could do, but it's not familiar to Calvis. And I will say now, accompanying the shift in light, that is now to a point that's almost like eclipse-like the sun is blocked out, but there's still the like multicolored shafts of light coming down through. And there's also like a faint rumbling sound, but you can't really quite get a gauge on the direction it's coming from. Yes, Eva.
I'm gonna chew the walls. The theory is theorying. I think Aoife would look around, and at this moment, she just kind of thinks out loud. Are
Sorry,
you sure we're like in the material plane? We
give me
can still
1 second.
maybe we're. What if we're still in the Feywilds?
I mean, wouldn't your nose be able to tell the difference? Blood hunter thing, blood hunter thing.
What?
There's a blood hunter thing. One of your features.
Yeah. Oh right. I'm sorry.
Blood hunter shit.
Have a look.
Faithine undead.
Yeah.
Ow. Lele, lole, lole.
Lele.
Ah.
Lelo, 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 lelo.
Elliot, I just wanted to be known I love you so much, and that was some great RP.
Spit out.
I felt really bad.
Sorry for shouting at you.
No, I loved it. Shout me more.
Ah.
Okay, sorry.
No, it doesn't cover Fae. It covers Celestial Fiend and Undead.
Ah, shit.
It doesn't cover Fae?
I thought it covered Fae.
I thought
But
it
you
did
just
too.
said Celestial, Fae, and Undead.
No, Fiend.
Oh,
Wait, you've got Divine Sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
meaning. Right, but it doesn't cover
Paladin stuff.
Fae.
Yeah.
No, but like your blood hunter can sniff. Like, there's a blood hunter. I'm trying to find it.
You're
You gain advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Yeah,
that as
and
well. That as well, and also when it comes to like intelligence and wisdom checks relating to Fae Fiend and Undead, I'm pretty sure, and Celestials. Is
I'm gonna
specifically
do
under
a
your blood
control
hunter
F.
stuff.
So what are y'all trying to do currently?
there is a
Sorry.
blood hunter thing.
Yes.
I'm
Sorry.
trying.
What are we trying to use it for?
Hunter's Bane. You have advantage on survival checks to track Fae, fiends, or undead. You have advantage on any intelligence ability checks to recall information about them.
Okay, so
can't we
I
just
would
detect
like...
magic?
No, there's
We're not
magic
as-
everywhere.
What is the
Yeah.
goal? What is the goal? What are we trying
we
to
wanna figure out if
accomplish?
they're on
the
And
material
Feywild.
plane or not.
We're
I'm gonna
confirming
try
we're on the
climbing
material
a
plane.
tree. I'm gonna try climbing a tree.
you're gonna try
Okay.
climbing a tree. Okay, go ahead and climb that tree. I won't even make you roll for it. You can climb the tree.
For,
I'm
for
gonna send
our listeners-
Parsla up with you, by the way.
So
For
you
our listeners and viewers at home, Chloe's theory is that we are not in the winter or summer court, that we are in an in-between place, the autumn court, if you will.
yeah, get ready to get your
When
When you talk about things.
yeah, get ready to get your mind fucked.
It's very easy for us to get out of here, everyone.
May.
Oh yeah,
May.
absolutely. I didn't
May.
swear.
I was just for flavor. Just as a safety net. So Parsla hooks onto your shoulders like a backpack. So you have like a little backpack of wings, just in case you fall.
So cute. But I'll be right back.
I'm going to wait a moment because I want Chloe to be here for as I describe this. So we're gonna
Chloe,
time
come
out
up.
for a second.
The urge to try and pickpocket the necklace back.
Why?
I don't know.
On that necklace. You're really feeling for that necklace.
Yeah,
I had it first.
what, bro?
You thirsting for it.
I had it first.
You fiending for it.
Where is my
Kind of sus, man.
We could have got some sexy magic items if we broke that necklace. Also, is Qythris just not a paladin anymore, or is he an oathbreaker?
We haven't
Oh,
haven't settled that yet. There's other more
Okay.
important things at
I
hand.
wonder what part that froze on me.
You'll hear about to talk to us about our Lord and Savior. You're like,
I can't fucking. Did the music stop?
yeah.
Yeah. We could have got really.
There we go.
Demonetized.
So assuming Jesse is the only one listening, hey Jesse, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry to Jesse?
No, sorry. I mean, I hope you enjoyed the music.
Oh.
You know, English, second, third,
Yeah,
you know, like.
That's what I meant.
Oh, yo, ladies, pop your pussy like this.
No,
Shake your belly, don't stop, don't miss.
no,
Ladies, pop your pussy like this.
no,
Shake your belly, don't stop, don't miss. Just do
No.
it.
No. no, no, no.
I assume during karaoke night it will just be this.
Yeah, on repeat. Back to
Okay.
back,
Now that Chloe's back.
back.
Okay.
Back. That was the quickest.
So
back
May,
ever.
you climb up to the canopy of what you can figure out is like the tallest tree in the area. You reach the top and you look far out and you're able to gauge exactly where you are based off of the mountains and everything. You're about here in the forest if you're looking at the map. You should be able to see the spires of and towers of Reichendel to your north. You can't. You should be able to see on the crest of the horizon the floating city of Silren. You don't see it. You turn your attention up to the sky, and blocking out the sun, you see this massive comet falling to the sky, made entirely of the material you are familiar with as mithrite.
Oh my fucking god. Has this bitch sent us
Oh.
back in time?
Very wild time shit.
Has this bitch sent us back in time?
Very wild time shit.
No, this
Fucking
can't-
Christ! Oh god, fuck me tits.
And you realize, as you piece all this together, you are here, what must be the day or week, or sometime close to the comet fall that brought mithrite, and set off the war that shaped all of the material plan for the next half century.
When was I? What?
This is also May would have been holed up with Ishturn during this time, I think.
Oh, God. It's
May
gonna be really weird freeway.
May missed the comet falling. She was
Yeah.
a little busy.
Yeah.
I assume that Calvis does not know much about Calvis.
You wouldn't know much about this. This is from before you would have ever stepped foot on the material plane. Calver and Aoife, this would have been before you were born.
If you can see May's legs just popping out from underneath the canopy, holding onto a tree, you see the legs start to shake a little bit.
She's shaking in her boots.
May.
She's a quivering. She's a shaking.
Bless her
How
wee heart.
close are we to the comet landing?
You know that the main body of the comet landed somewhere just outside what would have during this time been maybe a medium-sized town. That was Reichendel. And that other large chunks of it would have fallen in the area, like near Siloran and a couple of other areas. And that some just kind of dispersed out all across the land. But the main chunk landed right outside Reichendel.
Okay, and we are here.
Yeah, you're here. I would say walking a few days journey to Reichendel.
And how? Oh my god. Are we currently in the blast zone currently? Are we in danger zone? Are we in
May.
like
Are you sharing this with the class?
May's still shivering and shaking.
You
She's starting to climb
wouldn't recall much of the specific destruction that happened when it fell. However, you know it did cause a lot of changes to the area. And what was once and is like currently a very mundane forest became a much more interesting place after the comet fell.
She's gonna start climbing down. She's gonna start moseying on down. Well, sky's red, right? You know, sky's red. That's the comet.
What?
The comet. You remember the comet that kind of started off and kicked off this entire shit show?
That was
that's
decades ago.
yes,
No,
yes,
not your wish to
yes.
Stop a war.
Yep. That was decades ago.
We
So-
have an opportunity here. I have a lot of thoughts right now, but we should probably get out of here, right?
I think we're out of the immediate blast zone.
I don't.
Possibly.
Qythris
don't-
sent us here for a reason. She must know the blast zone and know we'll die because it hits.
Probably.
But
We've probably-
Albert, you just said something very clever.
I know, that's what I do. I'm a smart one who should be listened to when they have an idea, not grasp that.
Stop
And maybe we could have
gaslighting.
avoided this situation altogether.
Stop gaslighting people.
Not gaslighting, stating facts.
Albert, I just gave you a compliment.
Feels like
Just take it and
gaslighting.
shut up. And I was gonna
Aoife?
say, yeah, we can indeed prevent a whole. But if we do it right, maybe.
How big do you think
but-
you could get gate to be?
Sorry?
Think you can gate to another thing? Put the gate in front of the comet. Doesn't land.
DM.
No. I'm just gonna immediately say no. You would not be able to get it
It'll be
big
so
enough, and the
fun.
the comet, just by its very nature, would fuck up any attempts to magically affect it.
Could we gate our way through time?
I would say if it was like a high level wizard who actually learned gate, perhaps. I'm going to have to say, unfortunately, through Aoife's very rudimentary understanding of how to use it, no.
I think either our best chances are running or going to try Vass. Maybe Vass was alive. But
That's academic.
Vass was alive, right? But by now.
yeah, right? So
Vass was alive.
Question. So, if Fass is alive, is he still gonna be in his housebound I can't go out era?
Vass is.
If we rock up to his gaff, he might not be in.
Vassa's Tavern
Art
strikes
might
me
help.
as like a not criminally locked sort of vibe.
But it's chronological, right?
I don't think
Maybe
any of you
something
would
that
know
is-
if the tavern would be even in existence now.
That's
I
what
have
I'm
a-
saying.
Yeah.
That's
Want
what
to
I'm
try
saying.
it?
Thank you, Alex.
I have a really interesting thought regarding May right now. Because there are 2 of you right now.
Yep.
Maybe there are 2 of me, but not in
Yep.
this plane, so that's fine. But that's interesting. We should save that thought, and I would love to talk about that very far away from here. Shall we just start running and then speculating while running?
Where are we gonna run to? I mean, I could try and like get us somewhere.
Could I find my way back to
We can
Ishtrain's
just
Grove from here?
You
try
could.
the token.
You definitely
Let's try
could
the
find
token,
your way
alright.
back there.
I can get us. I can.
I would say you would have, since thinking about that, noticed a strange sensation where your heart, Ishturn's heart, is kind of like, if you focus in on it, it's kind of ever so subtly pulling you in a direction.
Well, I think I know a safe place. Let's go that way. And
Did y'all want to try the token?
Yeah,
As well.
just
Yeah,
out of
let's try the
curiosity, I
token
think
as
that
well.
would be fun because I think you have something fun in store. Just to take a quick peek around the corner, and then run, maybe.
So who's throwing down their thing to open the door? So you put down your thing, and every time you've done this before, it's just kind of the magic door has, shown up out of the ground, grown, and you can open and go right in. You throw it down, and it's less so a door and more of an archway. And as you look through it, it kind of distorts and warps your vision. It's almost as if you're looking through like really fogged glass to see inside. And what you see isn't how you remember the tavern. It's not even really a tavern at all. You see what looks like it's a forest, but it's a forest that defies any sort of real natural laws. The trees are growing in every which direction. They are of a size that defies anything that could potentially grow in the real world. There are snaking vines, and there is architecture, but it's stone and of a make you don't recognize. It's almost as if you're seeing into the space the tavern occupies, but before it was constructed.
is there a really hot gilf somewhere in there?
You don't see any individuals as you peer through. I think, but again, it's like you can only really make out details on like the things that are really big. Any of the smaller stuff is just like too blurred out to make. Yes, Calvert.
Do I still have the communication thing that Qythris gave me?
What are you trying to do specifically?
Ask a question?
You can try.
Is this in my head?
Yes.
Cool.
Can we see the necklace or the?
It's in my
whatever?
pocket, in my hand. So no.
Right.
No, I'm not. No, the whole like hand in pocket thing, clenching it. So, just be like, why did you send me here and May here, we didn't do anything. We were actively trying to stop Qythris from doing that. And why this place specifically?
All you get back is because you failed me, and I no longer have need of you. And then you just hear, like, basically the connection being, like, severed in your mind. What would you all like to do next?
Follow
I'm
me.
gonna follow May.
Okay.
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be me.
You all do start to make your way through the woods. You can gather it's probably about a 2 days journey from where you are to where the grove is. Although you can only like kind of very generally place where it is in relation to everything else. You were kind of whisked away there before, but it was like very near to, very close by your home. I will say, as it turns to night and it grows ever darker, with only the faint glowing light of the comet that barely pierces the forest canopy to illuminate it. If you all wanted to settle down for a long rest, you may.
Yep.
Yes, Aoife.
Realised if we've went back so far in time, what does the moon look like, Alex?
Oh, like what
What
phase of the moon is
What
in?
phase is the moon?
It is it's a new moon currently.
Okay, we're good. We're
Wouldn't-
good.
Wouldn't Aoife's grand be alive?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Aoife's grand to be alive right now.
And no dementia.
Mm-hmm.
Your
How
mum and
long is
dad,
this ago,
your
though?
mum
How
and
long
dad
is
might
this
be
ago?
alive right now.
Is this like
This is-
200 years or?
It's about 150 years. Yeah. The
Oh yeah,
war
I wouldn't just.
the war started that long ago. The war went on for a little over a century. However, there was like the war didn't happen immediately after the comet fell. There was like,
Yeah.
some build up. No, not 150, 50. 50.
Yeah.
50 years, 50 something years.
How old is May?
Yeah, no. May's old as shit. And there's some extra fucky business in there too.
Extra fucky.
The TLDR is May has no idea how long she was in Ishturn's Grove for.
Oh.
No fucking idea.
That's so
Nope.
cool.
No
Not
idea.
for her.
Mhm.
For a player, that's very cool. Not for her though.
Good few centuries.
Yeah. It was before the comet fell.
Mhm.
Because that had all been something that had happened after you, like by the time you came out, that had all already happened.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
Plus 150 years.
yeah. Indeterminate plus 150.
50.
Since you brought time travel into the game, I'm very interested to see what happens when we run into OG May, as in the May from this time,
Hmm.
because that will
Oh,
be
yeah.
very fucky. Bad things will happen.
It's gonna be one
Time
hell of a.
paradoxes, baby.
It's gonna be one hell of a timey-wimey three-way.
I do. I was talking with Eslin about this, and I just like I know when this happens, Robyn's gonna want to immediately make a beeline for where May and Ishtar is, and she's gonna want to have a threesome with herself and Ishtar. I knew that you were gonna want to do it. I mean, yeah, of course, like duh, it's the obvious choice, but I fucking knew it.
Who wouldn't?
Who wouldn't?
Love how we're all fucked in the head.
Yeah.
Listen. If you had the opportunity to go and have a threesome with yourself and the god that your past self spent who fucking knows how long sucking and fucking in the middle of the woods, like come on. Lucas thinks we're crazy.
No, we just
Lucas is just like, yo,
No,
Michelle.
I feel like a Christian compared to you.
No, I think it's more like the fact that we are alive.
I mean, the stream's rated mature. Like, we're not going into like graphic detail or anything. I could
No,
say the
you're
word
absolutely right.
"fuck" on my D&D show.
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah,
completely
but
right.
suck and fuck.
that's too much. Gotcha.
That's
My
too
bad.
much.
My bad.
It's like
So,
lock and load.
so you guys are probably gonna settle down and make camp for the night, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've already hit the long rest button. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any plans to interrupt your long rest.
Amazing.
No, not a comment crashing down on us.
No, the
Really?
comment is like a dramatic, drawn out thing. Like let me have my atmosphere.
Can we have a wee break while we? take
Yes.
the long rest?
Yeah, we could have a break, and then we'll come back. We'll have a bit of like, if y'all want to chat a bit before going to bed and whatnot, and organize the watch order and whatnot. And then yeah, we'll continue from there. So we'll be back in about probably 15-20 minutes.
50 minutes.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the second half of our session. When we last left off, the party was about to dive into a long rest. So I'll give this time for the characters to kind of settle in and process what the fuck has happened to them. Yeah?
I think Calvera is just gonna sit and like feel the breeze and the grass. Feel like different it feels to how it was, if there's any difference. You know, if this is like pre-meteorite.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Like, I think Calvera's just gonna sit and like bask in nature, essentially, just to,
Yeah,
like,
right.
get a vibe on like how different it was pre-meteorite.
Yeah. Is there anything specific you're trying to like gather, or are you just kind of just?
I think they're just vibing. I don't think there's anything specifically that you're looking for.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, let me DM you something real quick. But anyone else who wants to do anything, feel free.
I think Aoife would potter over to Qythris and just kind of check in. Beadran becoming an orphan, like within a round of combat.
Technically, he's not an orphan anymore, right?
You can't become an orphan if you're not a child.
I mean, you
But-
can.
Yeah.
See,
that's
it's here's the thing. It's I don't know if Aoife's parents would even be born yet.
No.
Is the
No,
really
or-
is the really interesting thing.
Also, would Aoife's grandparent would Aoife's grandma even be born right now, or would she just be getting born?
She'd be young. She'd probably be.
She was
she'd be like
150 years old.
No, we're 50 years back. There was a mistake with the meteor and when we were talking about everything. We're like 55 to 60 years prior to like session 1 time start.
Okay.
So she would have been like maybe in her 20s.
Aoife's age?
Yeah, maybe a little bit older than Aoife, but Aoife's biological grandparents would potentially be around.
Huh?
The interesting thing though is I don't know if I decided if Aoife's gran was born with lycanthropy or if it was something she got later on.
Maybe something that she. What? I can't.
Yeah, because I think that fits a bit better. It's also just like we could be even pre that happening.
Oh. Pre-Forest Wolfgang.
Yeah.
Follicle.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Jesus. Yeah, but Aoife is still gonna go over to Calvis and make sure, like, check in on him.
Mm-hmm. Oren would be alive and around. Just FYI.
I'm your boyfriend in the future, I promise.
Please, kiss me now.
Okay, that made everything so much better.
Yeah, he'd be right. I mean, he'd be younger, because he was like.
Oh my god, he'd be a twin.
He'd be like a young adult for a dwarf,
Oren, sorry, the math. Oren is, I believe, wasn't he like 400, kind of?
Yeah. Well, no, he was like somewhere around 200 years old. I have in my head the dwarven lifespan being roughly 400 years for this world, and he's like in original time campaign start, he's like middle-aged or maybe just coming up on middle age. Like late 30s, early 40s equivalent.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry for wandering off.
No, you're
Go ahead.
we're establishing a lot of the who, what, and where for like 50, 60 years suddenly back in the campaign. Yeah, we just got to relay down some of the canon. It's cool. It's chill.
Okay.
But yeah, how's Calvis feeling?
He feels a bit broken. He feels betrayed. He feels very betrayed. Yeah, he's more sad than angry, but he expresses it more in anger.
Yeah, gotcha.
So yeah. How are you holding up?
I never knew my parents, so I don't really know what it's like to lose parents, but when Gran died, it was just she was there and then she was gone. So I can kind of understand what you're going through a little bit. Your mum seemed nice. Different because of the stuff that happened, but she was probably nice before.
She was.
It's unfair that you didn't get to bury them, even if your dad was an asshole. Alex, why did you put in that sound effect?
There's wolves in this forest.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Did she say anything to you? Anything? What?
I asked if she'd seen anyone that looks like you, because obviously we woke up, we were in the arena, and you weren't there, so I was like, hey, have you seen this guy? His name's Calvis, he's a big blue guy. And she seemed to recognize it a bit, but she didn't really say anything. I think it was when people are scared or, you know, in dangerous situations, you know, they're not themselves. They're not. Well, they're still themselves, I suppose, but a lot of the politeness and formalities in the language of people is pushed back.
I think she would have liked you.
You seem nice. I don't know. She was scared. I think we were all scared.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder. You know, obviously, we're no longer there, and Qythris is where she is. What about that other guy that was with us? The other gladiator that wasn't sure if they wanted to unionize or did not want to unionize. They were
No.
just-
I didn't
Were
really...
were they in the storm as well?
I don't think they're with us right now.
No, but like maybe.
I didn't really catch anything of the other gladiators, I'm not gonna lie. I was mainly
mean,
focused
he
on
was-
you, for the four of you.
I only say that because like all the other ones were you know, were dead. Damn.
You should get some rest.
Yeah, the doubles are turning into quadruples. I'm gonna go to sleep.
You did that.
There's now 4 of you, and I know there's not 4 of you because there's only 4 of us in total normally. There can't be
Yeah.
8 of us or 7.
You
Yeah.
need sleep. You really need some sleep.
Okay. And Aoife just kind of like, cause she's
You want
still
a
in
blanket?
the room.
Do you want
No,
a blanket?
No, she's literally just flopped over like
Aw.
in no form
Mm.
and just like curling up. And she's out.
Is there
I think
anything?
Calvert
Yeah, go ahead.
would want to talk to Calvert. When everyone else is asleep.
I think Robyn is already sleeping in canon.
Carvel will walk over.
He'll acknowledge you by looking at you.
So, that happened. Do you want to talk about it?
I would, but I feel like you're hiding something.
Why?
I feel like you're not telling the truth. I don't know, gut feeling.
Why?
Well, how you were initially, the first argument we had between the two of us about you being so careful with Qythris, and now it's suddenly the exact opposite. Something must have happened.
Yes, we all went to the Feywild to do one specific thing. And then all of a sudden you turn around and don't want to. And without talking to everyone about it, you just,
No,
you know?
no, Calvert. I think you do realize that I didn't want to keep it away from Qythris. I asked you one thing, to hand it over to me. I wanted to discuss things. I wanted to discuss the idea of what Qythris told me about destroying the Summer Court. I want your thoughts about it first, because I'm not letting her in there if that means you guys don't agree with it. So I felt quite, well, betrayed when you...
Yes, well, everything you said when trying to get the amulet was quite worrying to me. You were quite forceful. You need to remember that you are big, strong. I was beaten, small, and feeble.
You're 7
You're
feet.
intimidating.
You are
I'm
taller than me. You're little. I'm looking up to you as we speak.
Mentally, I'm not there. And you're still intimidating to me, Qythris.
Alright, my apologies. Is there something you maybe still want to share?
No, I'm sorry. I was scared and I'd done the wrong thing. I almost died in that arena. I didn't want to die again, and I don't know why that's what my first thought was. But in that moment you did scare me. And I'm sorry that that's what entered my mind. Because we're allies and that's not what I should be thinking.
May puts a thumbs up in the background.
If from here on we are on common ground, and I do think we still are allies. You're my
Good.
allies too.
I agree. But why were you so suspicious of me? For no reason. It just came out of nowhere.
Well, your change in opinion on Qythris was very interesting, especially after what I told about her wanting to punish the Summer Court for what they've done, even the innocent people, which, in my personal opinion, is quite unjust.
But I don't truly disagree with that. Think about the horrors they inflicted upon the Winter Court. Isn't there some semblance of retribution that is to be held?
My home.
Your sentiment is very noble, of not wanting there to be war, but it's not something that you can just stop. Have you thought about how us still having the amulet could potentially leave a further power vacuum for the Summer Court to take over more and inflict more suffering? The Ingonites to inflict more suffering. That was what I was hoping to prevent. That's what we should have done to prevent it. You know, that's what my thought process was.
Well, my idea was to stop one war first, instead of starting another.
It's not starting another war, it's retaliation. But once again, your sentiment is noble. If slightly idyllic.
I hope we will get on the same page on this, eventually.
I think it's just a difference in opinion, and...
Morals.
yes.
That's fair. Well, I think we have one common goal right now. Get out of here.
Yes.
I mean, I would love to stop the war in the first place, of course, but I don't know how time works here. Would be pretty...
Maybe we just go back to the Feywild and hop out again. I don't know.
We're probably here for a reason. I don't know why yet, but will make sense. Eventually. I hope you're doing well, by the way, because something clearly changed when you died. Back there. If you want to talk about it.
Facing death. As often as I have. It's just... It's terrifying. And I feel like I've been cracked open so many times. And I'm scared in case I won't be able to piece it together again.
I'm sorry I wasn't there in the arena. I
It's not your fault.
sorry for what happened.
It's fine, we're out now, and we get a chance to put it behind us, and
I'm sorry. I know this may not be fully your thing, but would you like a hug?
okay.
Calvis goes in for a hug. This is probably a very strange experience for Calvis because he's never hugged someone that is taller than him. But, and he pats you on the back eventually and let's go. I hope eventually we can manage to make you feel less broken in pieces. Hope we can heal you with the power of friendship or whatever.
May pukes in the background.
He meant it I meant it sarcastically, May.
If we can't get back to our time, at least you will be able to outlive us and tell people what's going to happen, or you can advise war councils to prevent less casualties.
Honestly, you've given it more thought than I have so far.
That's what I'm for.
Quite an idea. That's... Yeah, that is. I guess that is what you're for.
That and dying, apparently.
Okay,
I'm going
we
to
can
turn in for
scrap
the
that
night.
from the list from now on. Okay, just keep the smart part. Less dying. But no, we're gonna get back to our time. We're gonna find a way. Although, would you want to go back?
To our time? Yes, I'd like to experience it again. It's fucked, but, you know, it's home.
You're right. Right. I think both of us should get some sleep. Some rest.
Yes,
Take good care of yourself, yeah?
me too. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. With that, I think I want to touch on real quick before we wind down. Calvis, your oath. While I'm going to give you a bit of wiggle room here, which is, I feel like it's safe to say that the specific parts of your oath to Qythris have been, by her determination, broken. However, I'm going to give you some options. You can spend a bit, and you can think about it. You don't have to make a decision now. You could spend a bit of time as an oathbreaker and maybe wait to see if something feels narratively right for you to step into another oath. Or I think it would be fun to make an addendum to your Oath of Vengeance, if that makes sense.
Like, extend it to something else.
Yeah. Or just, maybe write Qythris out of the clause and, redefine what exactly your Oath of Vengeance is.
Okay.
But you can think about that.
I was about to say, I'm gonna look into it real quick, and
Yeah.
then I'll come back to you in a second.
Okay. Is there anything anyone else wants to touch on, or are we all going to bed now? Okay.
Sure.
You may take your long rest. You may, you don't have to do it now, but between this section and next, you may all level up to level 8. And if there's nothing more, I think we'll go ahead and wind down the stream and everything. And Elliot, I'm free to hang out if you want to think about it and talk about Oath stuff for Qythris. And just in general, if anyone wants to chat about anything or have any questions. But I think the official, like, playing the game part of today is over. So...
Sorry, I just read that part of being an Oathbreaker is aura of hate.
Yeah.
And I just love him being a hater.
It's honestly a really cool ability as well.
Yeah,
It's pretty dope as well.
Yeah,
Like,
Oathbreakers have some really interesting powers.
He's just
You
gonna
just
be
basically
cranky.
You become an emo for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
You become the ultimate emo. Dreadful aspect. Dread Lord.
Say Dreadlord.
Yeah.
I do think that's
Dreaded Lord.
I do think that's we're gonna end session though, so we could go ahead and wind down the stream. We can just vibe after that. So, yeah, thanks everybody.
Thank you, Alex, for being an amazing DM.
Thank you, Alex. You're fantastic, like always. Woo!
Sorry, we're a little out of practice. Thank you, Lukas, Robyn, Chloe, Elliot. Again, thank you for everything you bring to the table. It's so great to be back. I'm very excited to dive back into Lucas's campaign next week and to continue to see where this goes.
If you would like to join us next week, then we'll be streaming from 7 PM roughly to 11 PM UK time roughly at twitch.tv/PowerWordQuest.
Or you can find all previous episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/PowerWordQuest.
And we also have our campaign as an audio-only podcast. You can find us on Spotify and Google Play.
That's it from us for this week. We'll see you at the next one.